Welcome to STS 16, in which we're barely legal.
Not in my country.
Yeah, you come from I don't want to get into this discussion, but go on then. What is the age of consent in Drunky Island land?
18 as far as I know. Apparently they changed it a few years back, but I was already past that point, so I didn't care.
Yeah, man, you can always fly over to the east, and we would have been legal back in which we had no title or whatever hell episode it was. So,
moving on.
16, and the game in the background. You guys don't know this. The game in the background is Super Meat Boy, because I'm a masochist.
Fair enough.
Okay, no objections there.
Yeah, I can see the attraction.
I've been playing.
Annoying, but attraction.
I've been playing way too much Dark Souls.
Yeah, I've noticed. What with the constant streaming all the Dark Souls.
Yeah, not only am I playing it a lot, I'm streaming it a lot, and it seems to be going really well. Like, people seem to be really loving the idea of, hey, look, it's Dave dying, which is quite a fantastic thing.
To be fair, given the difficulty that you tend to play games on and how much people like seeing other people failing, it's basically a perfect recipe for entertainment.
Especially because, for the most part, I would consider Dark Souls to be fair. There are games that you get that are insanely difficult, like, for example, I Want to Be the Guy. I would say that's an unfair game. It's hard, not because it requires a lot of skill, but because it's just a dick game. Super Meat Boy, on the other hand, is all about skill. It's all about twitch reflex, it's all about getting everything just right. Yeah. And I feel that Dark Souls falls into that second category as well, which is, it's not cruel in the fact that it does things without you knowing. It does occasionally. There are things like, traps and pitfalls, but most of it's difficult because it's just hard. It requires you to be skilled. The amount of times I've died so far in that game due to getting over cocky or trying to rush something. It's just like, no, we will punish you. And it does. Yeah.
Take your time, be careful, and be alert all the damn time.
Yeah.
Or we will kill you.
Keep calm and carry on.
It does seem to have this nice thing, though, where it's not difficult to the point that you're banging your head against the wall for nothing. It's rewarding.
The interesting thing about it is the fact that the game is so open that if you are banging your head against something, you can essentially just go somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
But the great thing is that every time I've banged my head against something, I've wanted to keep banging my head against it to actually take it down.
Yeah, you're quite enjoying the challenge rather than
yes. There was
frustrated.
There was one boss that I was fighting. The guys on the stream saw it, but unfortunately I may put some of these videos up on YouTube, but I doubt it. I like keeping, stream and YouTube fairly separate. But there was a boss that I was fighting, which was, I believe it was just called, it was a demon in the asylum. You fall through the ground and it's there, and it has a really, generic name, just like Wandering Demon or Forgotten Demon or something like that. And I was fighting that for maybe an hour. Just constantly, spawn, run down, die. Spawn, run down, die. Spawn, run down, die. And it was, the feeling, though, when it finally went down, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Unfortunately, I'll never get round to playing it.
You might.
Yeah, I'll play it, but if I'm going to play it, I'll play it on the console, because it's pointless playing it on the PC. I mean, okay, it's not going to slow down as much because you got more machine oomph behind it in the places where it does lag on the PC. But that's basically the only... It's not different software-wise. It's exactly the same. Tutorial and all.
My reason for playing it on the PC is it's more social. If my Xbox was set up in my room and was sat next to my PC, I may play it on the Xbox. The reason I play it on PC is... I know people instantly will be like, because it's on Steam. Wrong. F you. The reason that I have it on PC is because I get to sit at my PC and I get to play it with Surge. and Vermilion.
You can stream it and play it with the community there.
There is no greater satisfaction than, I know we don't normally refer to people on Vent because people won't know who they are, but there's no greater satisfaction than sitting on Vent with Surge and in Vermilion and having them watch the stream and also be playing the game at the same time and just kind of be like going through the same kind of areas and seeing all the same kind of stuff because you're all dying to the same stuff, or you fall off ledges. It's just that wonderful kind of we're all dying together camaraderie.
I suppose the beauty of
Dark Souls, you get to see the actual corpses as well occasionally.
Yes. The worst thing about it, though...
Is that corpse you? Did you get smushed by it? Yes.
The worst thing, though, the most irritating thing, I can understand why they've done it to some degree, and it does make sense, but the fact that the server that it's put you on is randomized, depending on, server load and how many people are playing at the moment, and when you log in, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure of the exact reasons. I'm kind of pulling them out of my ass here, if I'm brutally honest, but they are what it runs on. It's not determined when you create your character. It does change when you log in. It does vary throughout the day, so it will be something to do with load. However, it's not chosen by you. It's chosen server-side, which means that the chances of me being able to actually summon Surge into my game, or for Surge to invade me, is very low. But on the flip side, that means that when it does happen, it will be a glorious crystal moment.
Yeah, but they should have put it...
No, I can see why, and it's to prevent people from being able to abuse it, and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Abuse it how?
Because
come into my game and help me.
Come into his... Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Dying here. Come into his game and then drop stuff. Level doesn't matter. Essentially, it's all about the gear you have. You could come into his world and drop stuff that he shouldn't have.
Also, I'm going to assume the randomness of it just basically gives more sense of, oh god, there's someone. Are they going to help me, or are they going to completely dick me over?
That's also that also plays into it. The fact of the unknown. Anyway, we're getting up to like 8 minutes, and we're still talking Dark Souls. So, Kel, what have you done this week?
I've actually done more than I expected to, because I had a key thrust into the palm of my hand. I was very happy to receive that, actually. It was a pre-release copy of Anomaly Warzone Earth on the PS3. Went and checked that out. It was many kinds of awesome, kind of reverse tower defense thing, where you're actually trying to get past towers. Awesome concept and really well executed.
It is. It's also on like every other platform under the sun, so it's quite interesting to see that they brought new things to the PS3 version.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I couldn't look at the main thing that they touted on the PS3 because it was 5 AM and I couldn't find someone else to play local co-op with, but...
Do you think it will be something that you come back to in your spare time and just try out the local co-op?
At some point. Right now I can't really do the local co-op thing because my house is tiny, but at some point in the future when space permits, definitely get back in for that, because I'm a big tower defense fan and the tower offense style kind of appeals to that side of me as well.
Well, it was really awesome to see it over at Gamescom. I mean, we put up the interview with Stan from Anomaly, and also we covered Funky Smugglers, which is a brilliant game.
And speaking of that video, that one actually had video of the 2-player co-op, so...
Yes, the Anomaly one does, so if you want to see what the co-op looks like for the PSN version of Anomaly, it's up on my channel. We'll throw a link somewhere, I believe.
There's already a link to that in my video of it.
Ah, danke.
Oops, spread the love. Indeed. Also, I was looking at the Trouble with Robots, which is basically a collectible card game style meat grinder, side-scrolling, many different title things. You play cards as summons dudes, and they run towards robots to kill them. A lot more fun than it sounds, strangely enough.
I don't know. That sounds pretty fun, Xander.
Sounds a bit like Plants vs. Zombies, but using cards. Like a cross between Pokemon and Plants vs. Zombies, almost.
That's actually not a bad way of putting it.
Poker zombies.
It's like you play a card and the zombies just kind of appear on your side, or... You got me saying zombies now. The troops spawn
Robots.
on your side of the screen and go towards the robots on the other side of the screen. You don't have any direct control over them, but you can kind of time when you play certain cards to benefit and hinder the enemies and
Yeah,
things
to
like
make
that.
them run down certain paths and all the rest of it.
It's just a single path that I've seen so far. I think I've played about half the game so far.
Okay.
But it is nice. They do bring in a lot of very nice mechanics just to keep things interesting, like different types of units, different types of spells, and there's a limit to how many different cards you can take in, so there's a restriction in that sense as well.
Awesome.
So it keeps things interesting.
Cool. So did
Also-
you check out? Oh wow, still going.
Yeah, still
Go on,
still
then.
going. I was on a roll. I just had a day where I was like, right, let's do all of the quick glimpses. Defenders of the Last Colony, because it came up in Desura and it's like a twin stick shooter that looks extremely shiny and has some tower defense elements that I unfortunately didn't get to because they're further in the game.
Okay.
Not quite as shiny as like Beat Hazard, but I don't think anything can be that shiny. I had a few minor irritations with it, but overall it was a lot of fun, especially because it costs nothing. I think it was €3,
Wow, that's actually really cheap.
so probably that'd be like 50 pence.
Yeah.
I think they pay you.
Yeah, something like that. But no, that was a lot of fun, and it had 4-player local co-op, which is awesome. I love seeing games with local co-op, especially little fun pick up and play games like that. Twin stick shooters are fantastic for it.
Yes, indeed. So are you going to keep throwing more stuff at us, or was that it?
That was it, because I came off night shift and I pretty much passed out every time I came in the door.
I do know, however, that you have been playing WoW outside of videos.
Yeah, well, patch 5.0.4
Yes.
Electric Boogaloo came out.
The repatching.
Indeed, and I did kind of have to go check that out because I am fairly hyped for Mr. Pandaria and everything therein. So, yeah, apparently they're rolling out stuff over the next month, so I'll be checking out that on a fairly regular basis. And I've been playing a ton of Diablo 3 because I got 2 amazing items in one night and suddenly I can play it properly again, and I'm all the way up to Act 4 in Inferno.
I'm looking forward to playing more Diablo once I'm done with Dark Souls, because my hardcore character is still alive. I can't remember what my hardcore character is called at the moment. I think
Been so long.
I think my witch doctor was called Uga Booga, and my original barbarian was called Trucker Steve, but I think he died, and I really
died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He died, so I named the next one something like all screaming.
Well, to be fair, your hardcore character can't die if you don't play.
That's true. However, when I do go back, unfortunately, the chance of them dying is increased exponentially by retardation.
Yeah, decreased a little bit from where it was when you last played, though.
True. My character's probably sat there crying in the corner going, I'm safe. Oh, thank you. But so what have you got coming up then?
Coming up, I've, let's see. I saw They Bleed Pixels came out on Steam, and that's a game I've been keeping an eye out for a while because...
Because ponycorns.
What?
See, we discussed, we briefly mentioned the pixels. However, did you not read the thing?
All I've seen about it so far is that it's like an action platformer beat 'em up thing inspired by H.P. Lovecraft.
Unlock additional guest levels from indie game developers based on their own creations. They bleed ponycorns.
So ponycorns are in it.
So there is a ponycorns level.
Awesome. And I remember when the Ponycorns game came out and just went viral everywhere. It was... The story of it and the game itself was so awesome.
Yes. It was great, and I really love the ponycorn guys as well. Really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
So-
Other than that, Minor Wars Arena, which is destructible terrain on an asteroid, deathmatch, fast-paced, lots of action, which looks fairly interesting.
It does indeed. Are they your only planned ones, and then you'll see what else happens?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
I'm still trying to get to the bottom of the Dust 514 NDA. There is very little info out on it, and I really don't want to step on anyone's toes, especially, well, CCP.
Makes sense. So, I know what Xander's up to, and we'll get to you in a sec. 'Cause you're actually doing stuff, and I really want to talk about it. However, I will very quickly reel off the list of... Right, so I played Dark Souls all the time. That's all I did in my
All
spare...
the Dark Souls.
That's all I did in my spare time this week. Video-wise, we put out the Funky Smugglers Gamescom interview, the Warface preview from Gamescom, which is the Crytek Try-On FPS that's free to play, which looks awesome. We put out a Raiders preview of the new music system and the transformation system, and also World PvP. That's right, World PvP. So good. We also put out the interview with the Mayet guys, who are the brains behind Raiders, rather than one of the distributors, which was quite interesting to get to ask them questions about the ranged classes specifically. Big one. Also did the Dark Souls at first glance, then also took a look at Black Ops 2 in an interview with them at Gamescom. Then the Anomaly Warzone Earth interview and gameplay, Sleeping Dogs on Second Thought with yourself, Sander, Hitman Absolution Contracts mode, which seems to be going over really well and seems to be really looking forward to getting hands on from so many people. Grammar, good English eye. A game of dwarfs, which is the way that they described it was think sort of like Dungeon Keeper crossed with theme park crossed with dwarfs, and it was like, holy crap, that's awesome. Dwarfs is in the people, not the game. Natural Selection 2 with the wonderful Hugh, which was a fantastic interview to do, and I love anything that has to do with that insane Australian. And we put up a Firefall video earlier today, checking out the beta and asking them the question of how crazy was it to change everything.
Dear God, if that list was any longer, we'd have had to cut you off midway and do the rest in STS 17.
I ran out of breath. This level was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 videos. It's not bad. And tomorrow, I honestly have no idea what the schedule is. It's more Gamescom videos in whatever order we get B-roll footage back to us from PR guys and the stuff that we still currently have, as well as also a Dark Souls on Second Thought, and I believe I've got to do a Galaxy on Fire review as it came out on the PC, and that's all I know. There you go. I do know that we were asked to take a look at a Facebook game, but that's a story for another time. Because I should discuss that one with you guys before I announce it to the public. We were asked to take a look at a Facebook game. I will discuss with you guys.
Okay.
But Xander, you're doing stuff.
Right.
I'm going to do a little drum roll for this one. Do you want to explain what you're doing in general as a whole and what you'll start doing in the future, or do you just want to mention what you're doing up now?
Yeah, just what I'm doing now till I get everything sorted out properly. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a stretch there. The game nights, really. We're going to start putting a game night on every week. Just getting everybody together on a Friday night. We'll all sit and play something that either everybody's got or lots of people have got or is free to obtain or on sale. So whatever everybody seems to be playing at the minute. You know what I mean? There's always a game that a lot of people seem to be playing. We'll get it put on the Steam group and everything else. We're just going to do a first test run, try was it Man vs Machine, the new Team Fortress 2
Lots
mode.
of people seem to be clamouring for that, so yeah.
Yeah,
It's fairly
seems
awesome.
to be a good one at the minute. So a bunch of channels on Vent for 6-player teams, and we'll get some people streaming, film a bit of footage, knock a highlights video together, and then we'll do another one the Friday after. We'll make it a regular fixture on the Friday.
It's quite interesting because we've had experience with doing things of this nature in the past, so it's really nice to see them kind of coming round again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
We used to have a lot
awesome.
of fun with the community. Get a lot of people involved, and it's where I have the most fun, to be honest. So
yeah. Not going to like steal your thunder, but it's nice to see the community side of thing being looked after by someone. Hint, hint. And it's also really nice to see that you're finding things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But we will leave that for your big announcement whenever you want to make it of what your one of your new roles is.
Yeah. When we get a bit more framework in place.
Indeed. Right, so
Awesome.
I think that's it. I mean, I've been playing and dying quite frequently at Super Meat Boy for the last 20 minutes. I believe that's a great time to wrap up. Kel, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yes, actually, good news. Follow up from one of our Res videos. Tengami is coming to the PC.
Which makes you happy because you weren't sure about Android.
Yeah, when I heard it was coming out in iOS and I saw it, I was like, make sure you ask if it's coming to Android. This isn't quite Android, but I'll be happy to play this on my PC.
Yeah.
It's
Close
really cool.
enough.
I like the Tengami guys. It was quite interesting, not staying here for too long, but the Tengami guys were our very first interview, and we were their very first interview. So it was really kind of an moment, and I really
Pop
loved
their
the
interview
Tengami guys.
cherries together.
Yeah, I really loved the Tengami guys. They're quite cool. Xander, anything you want to say before we go?
No, yeah, anybody who's watching, if you want to join us for a game of TF2 on Friday, get the vent details, get on
Everything's
vent.
in the Steam group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll be a message on the Steam group, get connected to the Steam group, and yeah, join us.
One thing to mention very quickly on that aspect is that they will be run at European times. So
Any times are GMT, so work it out yourself from wherever crazy place you are in the world.
we will be courteous enough to, give like rough estimates for Europe, but we ain't doing it for the 4 different American time zones in the United Arab Emirates. Looking at certain people in that direction.
Yeah,
There might be like
it'll be
GMT.
8 o'clock GMT, as it always has. That's where time zero is. You know how to make it to play with your local strange time, but over here, there's the real time, and that's what they'll be given in, real time. You can do your own figurines and fiddling about with it.
Fair enough.
So there you go.
All I'm gonna say regarding me is check out the Dark Souls streams. Also, I'm gonna put a link down to Black's stream, which ends, I believe, today or tomorrow, and he's now in the final go of it. But he's been doing an A to Z of Dota. So if you're a Dota fan, it's quite awesome to go and sit along and watch him go. He's gone from A to Z of all of the heroes through it, and he has
Is
to,
that what it is?
yes,
Nice.
and he has to get there before the international starts, which is tomorrow night.
That was the
So-
Reddit challenge, wasn't it?
Yes, the Reddit challenge. However, he's going to keep going even if he doesn't make it in time. And then I know that he plays a lot of Dota, and he's my housemate. He's an awesome guy, a bit of a prick. I'm going to say that now, but his heart's in the right place, even if he's a bit of a prick.
I was gonna say, even if it's made of rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do like following, MOBA players and semi-interesting MOBA players, he's competent, but he does weird stuff at times. So it's quite cool. Go and support him. I'm going to say that, and he'll probably smile if he's actually watched this.
Also, the nice thing is, as well with Twitch TV, where his stream is, you can generally go back and watch VODs what he's already done. So if you've got a few hours to kill,
There are some fantastic games in his VODs. I can guarantee that now because I was in some of them and I've seen some of them. So if you're after Dota games and you want to go find VODs, go to his channel. We will put a link down below. He's also in the... Well, he'll be there by the time this video goes out in the Elden 3 team thing on Twitch. So, woo! Well done, Black. But yeah, like, I don't stream that much anymore at the moment because of work. And he's streaming quite often. So it's really nice to have frequent streamers in our little team group.
yeah.
So, anyway, I think we should wrap this up.
Aye.
So,
Probably.
Hold on.
food. I'm gonna go get pizza. What about you guys?
Sleep.
Sleep? Xander?
Toast.
Toast.
I'm
Good
off
on ya.
work until Monday, so if I go to
yeah.
bed now, I'll still be late on Monday.
That's pretty awesome. So, if you have any questions, queries, or comments, leave them down below. I did it this time. Narks to both of you. And from myself, Kel, and Xander, and everyone else at Ellen 3, we will catch you for the next video. Peace.
You know what?
Stay awesome.